everyone, welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. Today is a bit overcast. The temperature is really nice and not too cold and not too hot. There are some items I'd like to get done in the garden today, since we're going to have some rain tomorrow and the next day, and I won't be able to get out here and do anything. We also got another plant delivery. This time it came from a company called Box. Not sure if you've ever heard of them, but they actually source from local nurseries, and the plants come directly to you in an open box. They've actually pulled them from the nursery and delivered them to your door. So I've ordered several things from them last year. I really like the variety of things that they offer. So I put an order in a few days ago. They come really fast. They come within like 3 days. So I want to show you what was brought to the house today. We're also going to be getting some other plants delivered from other places, including 2 roses from Heirloom Roses coming the first or second week in April. So we need to prepare the garden space to accept these new plants. So I'm very excited about, getting going with the new plants in the garden space. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the plants that we got. I also would like to try to get those plants moved from the orchard bed into outside the fenced-in garden area that we talked about in yesterday's video. So we'll see how much we can get done today before the sun goes down. So here is what the box looks like from Box. It's very well packaged. They have some paper stuffing in here to hold the space for the other plants where the plants aren't, so they don't move around too much. But we got some lemon thyme, and I also got 2 everbearing strawberries, seascape strawberries, to add to my strawberry pot in the orchard area. I also got some rosemary. Now, I actually hate rosemary, theoretically. Not theoretically, I really hate rosemary, but I like the way it looks, and I want to add it into the front garden space for more of a cottage garden feel. So we're going to add that into the front there. And we also got 2 of the fall gold raspberries to replace the blackberries in the orchard area that are doing absolutely nothing. So looking forward to that. Not really expecting to get raspberries. This is the let me wipe that off a little bit. This is the tag for that. Not really expecting to get raspberries this year. I don't know that it blooms if they fruit on the first year. I'm not seeing. So we'll see what happens this year, but hopefully next year we will start getting some raspberries. I'm going to be putting them in a container so they won't sprawl all over the place, but I'm looking forward to that. And I need to move those plants in the orchard bed. So I'm going to start with moving the plants because I really need to get that done, because other plants are coming and I need the space for them, the new plants, in the garden bed. So I'm going to set up the camera and we will get to it. But the packaging is really nice, and it comes directly to your door for Box. Their website is getblooming.com, but I just like the fact that they do source from local nurseries. And I still have to get these in the ground, the items that we got from Mustardi. I still need to pot these up as well. weigh 10 pounds. Okay, that was a feat and a half. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see more closely. So I'm not quite sure if you can see these 3 cavernous holes from where the Liriope were. I tried to get all the runners that I could see. I see one more over here that I'm going to grab that one. It says it gets 12 inches, like a foot wide, and I think they were approaching that, but they were sending off offshoots. And while it's beautiful, I didn't really want it spreading throughout this whole flower bed. Where I'm going to put it, I'm not really going to care, because I'm combating the Bishop's goutweed. That might end up as a dismal failure, but at least I would have tried. There are 3 Japanese anemone here. They got a little bit burned with the cold weather as they were pushing their new growth, but I think they'll rebound. I have some others down here that are doing a bit better, and in fairness, I did plant these earlier in the season than I planted the ones down here. All of them were gorgeous. So anyway, hopefully they'll rebound. And I want to put some agapanthus in this area here. So that should be coming in the next week or so. So I have the holes already dug for that, so I can plant them in there. But these are the massive root balls. I think they probably weigh about 10 pounds a piece. They're really super heavy. It doesn't help that we had a ton of rain, so the dirt is absolutely soaked. So I'm going to work on digging the holes for these. I don't even know if they're going to fit in the spot that I want to put them, but we could give it a try. I think first maybe I will work on, I don't know, removing the raspberries from these pots here, or removing the blackberries. This is where the new raspberries are going to go, in these pots here. So I'm going to see in this one, I don't know if you remember, we trimmed this one back. This is a wild raspberry that showed up, and I'm going to try to keep it. So over here is my strawberry pot. You can see they have blooms growing. This version is called Berries Galore. It made really small strawberries last year, but they were really tasty. So I'm going to try put the other 2 strawberries in this pot as well, and have my own little strawberry grouping right here. I'm going to show you the plum tree, how it fared from the frost cloth. I think it still took on some damage. Right here you can see some of the flowers are a bit brown, but there are still new buds and new flowers coming out, so I'm hopeful that they will survive. I think the worst of the frosting has passed. We are approaching our scheduled last frost date in early April, so it looks like for the 45-day, what temperatures are going to be pretty warm. So like these got pretty fried, but these ones are pushing new growth and new buds here. The peach tree, I take you around this way. See, it's the woodland blend. The peach tree fared really well. I don't think I lost any blooms other than the blooms that I knocked off trying to put on the frost cloth. So there's tons of buds and quite a bit of blooms on here that seem to have done really, really well. So I pretty much cleaned up. I just need to put the stuff back in the shed. But we got several things done today. So we got the, well, actually one thing done. We got the Liriope dug up, and then we were able to plant all three of them. I decided to put the third one under the ornamental cherry tree in this spot right here, and as part of the woodland garden. So it'll have some evergreen texture here. There is some ivy here that I keep cut back, so I figured just put this in this spot and let it do whatever it's going to do, because this is what it is. The woodland garden is for it to run and do whatever it needs to do. So as the daffodils fade, we'll have this little pop of green in the back here. The other two I planted here in the woodland garden side, outside of the fenced-in garden area. So this is my fenced-in garden area. I know I still have to remove those pots that got cracked in the winter. That's part of the spring cleanup. So I planted one here, and here is the wintergreen that we planted about a month and a half ago. And here's the other one here. I was going to try to put the third one around here, but I remember there's concrete where the fence post is, and there's also a lot of tree roots coming from the ornamental cherry tree, which is, for perspective, is right here. So I didn't want to have to fight them. And I was able to find a little pocket beside the tree that didn't have too bad of a root system there. But if you can see here, this is what I'm combating. This is Bishop's goutweed, and it is absolutely everywhere. It's all over. And some people consider it a ground cover, but here it is a truly invasive weed, and it's supposed to have medicinal qualities. As the name goutweed, it's supposed to reduce pain, but I don't care. It gives me a headache, so I just want to get rid of it. But can we just take a moment for this hellebore? Let's just have a moment for the hellebore here. Ugh, they're so pretty. I'm very pleased with how this one has grown out. I just planted it last year, and it's already like 3 times the size. Everybody's driving their motorcycles and whatnot. 'Tis the season. So I'm really happy about what we got done today. Here is, in case if you're wondering what this is, these are double tiger lilies that were my grandmother's. And so they are very gorgeous, very lovely pop of double orange at the end of the season, towards the end of summer. So I really like them. So I think this will do well here. It can spread and hopefully choke out some of that Bishop's goutweed. So I'm going to call it a day right here. I'm glad I got those 3 things dug out of the orchard bed to make room for the agapanthus that I intend to plant when it arrives at the beginning or mid-April. And I was glad to actually be able to get them into the ground today as well. So I think they'll do well in their location. Those root balls, I think they each weighed at least 10 pounds. They were so heavy. The rain with the wet soil didn't help, but I think they would have been heavy regardless. They were solid. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for this little project. Thank you again for all your subscriptions. If you are just watching and haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. My name is Tracy. I live in southeastern Pennsylvania, and I garden on a 1/4 acre lot. And so this is my journey in my gardenscape, learning and exploring and trying new things, and just enjoying being outside in all that God and nature have to offer. So thank you for coming along with me, and I hope that you are doing well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.